Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you today? Yeah, so more lean in a bit more. How are you today? Awesome. So let's get started with a quick show of hands. How many of you have network connectivity to SharePoint Online, OneDrive, and the wider M365 ecosystem is actually impacting your experience or that of your users? Okay, a few hands. Now, wouldn't it be great if you knew exactly how your users were connecting to the service, what problems existed, and how you could address them? Wouldn't that be great? Well, you're in the right session then. This week, we announced a new set of capabilities in the service that's going to allow administrators, networking experts, and business owners within the enterprise to identify and address networking bottlenecks that are impacting user experience and performance. So quick introduction, my name is Shyam Narayan, and I'm a program manager on the OneDrive and SharePoint team at Microsoft. I work on the core engineering team that's responsible for the scalability, reliability, and performance of the core infrastructure that underpins the service. So we are all here with the ultimate goal of optimizing our network to really make sure that our users are being productive in what they do and making sure they have a great time doing that. And to do that, and to do this, in my mind, there are two key factors that are essential to deliver what I call as optimal end-user experience. And what I mean by this is the best experience we can deliver to our users. The first and most important thing is great product performance. And what I mean by this is, with the move to the cloud, there has been a paradigm shift in the way users connect, interact, and create content. Users are now collaborating with colleagues across the aisle, across partners, and also in many cases across geographies. And we want to make sure that the applications and services are engineered to deliver performance at cloud scale. And this is where Microsoft, the OneDrive, and SharePoint team have been focused over the last few years. If you take an average user, they could start their day with interacting and reading news on SharePoint portals. They could interact with lists and libraries in the web, and then move on to creating and editing content in rich applications such as the Excel, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or the OneDrive for Business Inclined, or even Teams on the desktop. And we want to make sure, no matter how you interact with the content, there is great end-to-end performance across all these interaction modalities. And to do that, we've been focused on fundamentally engineering three key pillars of our stack. One, our core network infrastructure. This is both our physical global networking infrastructure and tweaking our networking protocols to take advantage of this high-capacity network. Second, we've updated our core storage stack to tune it for scenarios like real-time collab with Fluid Framework, all the way through to 100 gig files and differential sync. How many of you heard the announcement yesterday about 100 gig files are now supported in SharePoint and OneDrive? There you go. So that's all built on this core foundation. Then finally, we have updated our applications such as Office and the Outlook clients and Teams to really take advantage of these innovations and project them out to the end user. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about what we've done, but I'm just going to switch over and show you this in action. Okay? So here I'm on my demo machine. I'm logged into a VM. This VM is actually running on Amazon's EC2 cloud infrastructure. That's correct. This is an EC2 VM running on Amazon's cloud infrastructure. I have this VM running on the west coast of the United States, and I have a SharePoint tenant hosted across the US on the east coast. So we're going cross-country across the US for this demo. I've already uploaded a 500 meg PowerPoint file to this site. I'm just going to go ahead and download it in real time. This is a real perf demo, and no smoke and mirrors here, to see how fast we can go. So here we go. I'm going to hit download and switch over to the downloads pane. And you can see straight away clocking speeds nearly 50 megabytes, north of 50 megabytes cross-country. That's a real download across the country going at speeds north of 50 megabytes per second. To put that in perspective, if you are downloading a 100 meg file, that's less than 2 seconds. Right? That's just one example of how we are using the networking stack to really accelerate traffic on the Microsoft network. That's one way of interacting with content. How about I go ahead and open up this 500 meg PowerPoint document in the browser in edit mode and see how fast we can do this? Okay, for this I need some audience participation. There's a lot of noise around. So how about you count me down? Okay, give me a countdown from 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to hit open. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so go. So there you go, 500 meg PowerPoint document opened in a couple of seconds in full edit mode. How cool is that? We're able to and this is where we're taking advantage of all three, the networking improvements, our core stack, to deliver technologies such as incremental open that allows us to open up even the largest of PowerPoint files in near constant time. I'm going to switch back quickly. So this was just a glimpse of what's possible and what we are adding across the product. Right. This is to make sure there is great product performance built into the system. The other thing is making sure that we have optimal end user connectivity to our service. This is making sure users connect to the service to take advantage of what's on offer. And cloud connectivity can be complex. You're talking about large organizations in many cases that have offices across the globe. And this global connectivity can be quite challenging to rationalize. But you can break all of this down across three broad buckets, starting with what I call as the first mile. This is the physical global network that Microsoft builds and operates. It's a constantly evolving and expanding network with our intent of getting closer and closer to our end users so we can get them onto the Microsoft network. We have technology called as front doors, which allows us to onboard traffic quickly onto the Microsoft network. And once the traffic is on the Microsoft network, we have full control over how we route it across our backbone. We can optimize it for scenarios, we can optimize it for workload, but we can only do it once it's on the Microsoft network. Stepping out, we have what we call as the middle mile. This is where we have network providers and ISPs interconnecting into the Microsoft network. We have dedicated teams within Microsoft who are focused on establishing these peering relationships. We have thousands of such relationships with providers globally. And again, the goal is to make sure traffic that's bound for Microsoft gets into the Microsoft network as quickly as possible. Finally, we have what we call as the last mile, or the enterprise last mile. These are networks that customers like yourself build and operate. And unfortunately, in working with some of our customers, we see a lot of issues here. So we're going to talk about how we're going to help you. These networks are controlled by you, and we need your help in making sure that traffic that's bound for Microsoft gets out of your corporate environment as quickly as possible in the most direct and shortest possible path out to the internet. That will allow Microsoft to take over that traffic and route it. And to help you do this, we are surfacing deep networking insights about your connectivity to Microsoft directly in the M365 Admin Center. There's a lot of features that we're going to be surfacing, but I want to touch on three key topics. One, we're going to be providing you with a Hawkeye view of your users' connectivity into Microsoft, building on network telemetry that we get from usage of applications such as Office, OneDrive for Business, Sync Client, and Teams, and mapping that with server-side telemetry. We're able to put together the entire network path from the user's machine out to the edge of the Microsoft network, essentially the last mile. We're able to map that out. Just to call out, all the telemetry is collected in compliance with Microsoft's privacy and regulatory requirements such as GDPR. We then take this data and run it through a pipeline. And this is where the secret sauce is. We've taken real-world networking issues that we've seen and addressed with customers and codified them into algorithms in our data pipeline and are able to pass them along to you. So these are real-world issues that we've seen and addressed. We're taking those things and running it through your data to see what issues might exist in your networks. Finally, with those issues, we send you or give you targeted recommendations. These are not broad-brush generalized guidance. These are recommendations that are specific to your organization, your network connectivity to Microsoft, and to your offices. This is specific to you. With that, I'm going to switch over and actually show you the new network portal in action. So here I am in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We've added a new node under Health called as Network Performance, which lands us in an overview page, which provides a snapshot of the tenant's connectivity to Microsoft, right? To Microsoft 365. And it's key over here that we're calling out connectivity to Microsoft 365 rather than individual workloads. Front and center is a world map where we show you office locations we have automatically discovered for you. These are locations where we believe your users are accessing the service from. You can see we've got a couple of locations such as Philadelphia and San Antonio identified in the US, and a couple of cities in the ANZ region. We also color code these locations to indicate network performance at that location. In this case, green obviously is like you have great performance, and the varying shades of red indicate poor or degraded performance. We also go one step forward and actually even scale these office locations to give you a representation or approximation of how many users are present in each of these locations. It gives you a sense of how my users are distributed globally and what performance are they seeing at each location. If I could get your attention to the right of the screen, extreme right, this is where we have what we call as the scoring panel. At the top of the screen, we have a new score called as the M365 Network Performance Score. This score reflects the quality of your organization's connectivity to Microsoft. This is measured by look across SharePoint Online, Exchange Online, and Teams. We roll up this performance across 3 workloads, and we calculate the score at each of your locations, and then finally roll it up into a tenant-wide score. And what this measures basically, like I said, is the part between the end user's machine and the Microsoft edge of the Microsoft network. In other words, the network segment that you control and have direct influence over. Now, across the different workloads, we actually measure different aspects or dimensions of the network. For Exchange Online, we look at latency. What's the latency between the end user and our front doors? For SharePoint Online, we look at the observed download speeds on the end user's machine. And then finally, for Teams, we look at UDP statistics that are key to audio and video calling. And then by reasoning over these various network dimensions, we are able to piece together a fairly accurate picture of your network quality, its performance, and its impact on end user experiences. So let's assume I am an administrator for Contoso Electronics, and I'm hearing problems about network performance problems in Australia. I can come to my map here and zoom in and see we've identified Melbourne as a location in Australia, and it has a really low network score, 17%, which is in the bottom bucket. I can drill into Melbourne now to see what's going on in that specific location. The first thing you see is a visual map that shows you connectivity, how users in Melbourne are actually connecting out to Microsoft. Here we have this icon over here, the one with the person, which is showing us the office location. And then this line going across the Pacific all the way to North America. That's essentially calling out the corporate backhaul or the corporate network. And then finally, the traffic shows up in North America, onto the internet in North America as indicated by this icon. So in this case, every request from the end user's machine in Melbourne, Australia is traveling over the corporate network, coming out in North America before Microsoft takes over the traffic. Just imagine every request is now going to be paying that penalty back and forth. If I zoom back, just to call out, you might think that this is a pretty extreme example, Shyam. Like, I don't think people do this. Unfortunately, this is a fairly common occurrence in traditional hub and spoke networking models, where you have network traffic getting routed to a central location like a data center or a corporate head office, where they send the traffic out to the internet. So this isn't an extreme example. This is actually a pretty real example. Now, if I zoom in, let's say I zoom into Australia to see what's going on in Australia. So we call out 2 things. And I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. So here we have an office location called out. This is where your users in Melbourne are. But we are telling you, hey, there are front doors available in Melbourne. These are Microsoft front doors available that we can take your traffic onto the Microsoft network and optimize it. You need to get there rather than going all the way across the Pacific. So you would see this in a very visual way to say, how are my users connecting? Am I connected to the most optimal node? And if not, how do I go address this? As an administrator, I can scroll down, and we have a bunch of insights that get exposed out to the customer, to the administrator. And there are two classes of networking insights. One is what we call as recommended actions. These are issues we have identified, and there's a set of recommended actions we want you to go take to improve your performance. And the second class is we have identified an issue, but it requires some additional research on behalf of the administrator or the networking expert in the organization. Now, over time, we fully expect to refine and extend these recommendations as we see real traffic coming through. I'm going to go through a couple of recommendations to see how you would use this in your organization. Like I said, we already called out the backhaul network traffic with the visualization, but I'm going to pick SSL inspection and tell you how you would use this to address problems. So here we are saying, hey, we are noticing that SharePoint traffic, in this case, SharePoint and OneDrive traffic, is getting intercepted by some intermediary device where the SSL packets are being decrypted to read through what's going on. And a lot of customers do this to protect users and data from the big bad internet. But this is, in your case, your trusted content stored in Office 365. And we want you, and we strongly recommend you bypass these security policies. However, to do this, it's not just flicking a switch in the portal. Right? What we've seen is it requires you to have a three-way conversation between your security teams, your networking teams, and your productivity owners to understand what security outcomes you're driving towards, and how can you leverage native features in Office 365 to meet those. That we have built features that allow you to meet these requirements, and they have been optimized for user performance. Just imagine you're going across the Pacific, and if you're trying to download that 500 meg file and someone's trying to decrypt it in real time and read it, there's no way that experience is going to be fast. Whereas we've built features in the product that allow you to do this securely. So this is great. We want to tell you recommendations. You're going to go do it. But one of the most common questions I get asked is like, hey, Shyam, tell me how fast I should be going. Or tell me what should my expected performance be. And we wanted to, it's a very, it depends question, but we wanted to give you an indication of what is achievable. And we built a feature called as peer comparisons, where we take your network performance and compare it to other Office 365 users and customers around you. In this case, we will take Contoso's performance and compare it to other Office 365 users in Melbourne, Australia. You can clearly see in this case, we have 90% of customers in Melbourne are having a great experience. But Contoso are in the bottom 2% of users, bottom 2% of users in the region. So it's clearly telling us that there's something wrong with our connectivity that I need to go address. These lists are not static. As you make changes to your networking infrastructure, we will dynamically move you across the buckets and reflect them in your scores. So these will change based on the actions you take on your network. Now here's the best part. Everything you saw today, if you're running Office, Outlook, the OneDrive for Business Sync client, everything you saw today, including the maps, the recommendations, the insights, all of it would light up automatically without any input from your user or administrator. Like, how cool is that? You just come to this thing and we light it up for you. With that, in the interest of time, I'm going to switch back to my screen. And I want to summarize our key takeaways. Right? The network performance portal is targeted to help you identify your connectivity to Microsoft. And the real deal is us bringing together our real world learnings and sharing it with you. Right? That's the real secret sauce. And then finally, we want you to use this information to go have the conversation within your organization on how to go address and identify and address these problems. I'm also super thrilled to announce that we are going to be going into a private preview early next year. You can use the link on the screen, which is aka.ms/netpreview to register your interest, and we'll be in touch with you. Finally, today it's day 2 of Ignite. There's a lot of more days to go, a lot of more sessions, but I want to make sure you take away 2 things to your work next week when you go back to work. One, Microsoft 365 has been engineered with performance in mind, and we're going to continue doing that. We want to make sure you connect optimally to SharePoint Online and the wider Microsoft 365 ecosystem to really take advantage of this. And the Network Performance Portal is geared to helping you identify and address these bottlenecks. There are a bunch of sessions that we're going to be going more deeper into this topic. There's one tomorrow morning where Paul Andrew is going to talk about the Network Performance Portal in a little more detail. And then we have a session tomorrow evening by Konstantin Rivkin, who's an architect at Microsoft, who's going to talk about our general connectivity principles. I highly recommend you go attend these sessions. Myself will be available to have a discussion today at the booth. Also, we have a roundtable this afternoon at 2:15 in W309, where you can come have a discussion with us, and we are happy to hear your feedback. With that, I want to say thank you for your time today.